The Bloodline have murdered Paul Heyman. Solo Sikoa is the new tribal chief. What does Roman Reigns think about this? What does The Rock think about this? There are so many moving parts in this storyline, and we're going to break them all down. Welcome to Allison Analysis, the show where we rate wrestling shows using only emojis. Before we get started, please leave a like and comment your thoughts on the show down below. I can't wait to read them all. We're going to kick things off with the only negative of the show, and I'm going to get this out of the way early, right? I'm a graphic designer. If you guys don't know that, I've been in graphic design school. I'm about to graduate right now, but this new Tama Tonga shirt, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to call this out, because this is just straight up plagiarism, right? They've literally just stolen MJF's logo and put it on Tama Tonga's t-shirt. I mean, seriously, right? There's taking inspiration from something, and then they're just straight up stealing it and slightly tweaking it. This is stealing it and slightly tweaking it. It would be a little bit different, right, if Tama Tonga and MJF had some history or something, and it was a little tongue-in-cheek why they were doing a parody of it. But this wasn't that. It's literally, they've got nothing to do with each other. They've just stolen it. So many people on Twitter are saying, I literally thought Tama Tonga was wearing an MJF shirt. And to be honest, I did at first too. WWE's design team, you guys need to do better, because you guys are better than this, but this belongs in the trash. Now we've got the negatives out of the way, I need to get on to a positive, a big positive, a money positive, right? Because something I always, wonder with wrestling is why when people are in a feud, they don't just attack them as soon as they come out for a promo, especially when it's heated. But that happened on SmackDown. The Bloodline started making their way out to the ring, but Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens were like, no, and they took out the Bloodline. A brawl around Madison Square Garden to kick off the show. This was money, this was brilliant. But there is one point that I want to dive a little bit deeper into here. A couple of weeks ago on Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast, Jordy said that he thought Cody Rhodes was in the middle of turning heel, slowly becoming Homelander from The Boys. And my initial reaction to this was, well, I can see that happening long term, but no way is it actually happening yet. I take it back. I fully think it's happening now. And don't get me wrong, I don't think Cody Rhodes is going to magically be a heel next week, right? That's not what I'm saying here. This could go on to after Mania, but I do think he is slowly turning heel. At Clash at the Castle, we saw Cody Rhodes grab the stairs and hit AJ Styles with them after the match, right? After the match was finished. There was no need for that. And last night on SmackDown, he started taking out security guards, right? He had an innocent security guard who was just doing his job with a crossroads. We know Randy Orton and Kevin Owens are kind of tweeners, right? They love a little bit of heel stuff from time to time. But we haven't seen that from Cody since he returned. But we're slowly seeing more and more of it. Cody Rhodes is starting to turn heel. And I don't think it'll be next week. I don't think it'll be next month. But the process is starting to happen. We then had a super fun triple threat match between Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, and Candice LeRae. Tiffany Stratton is going to Money in the Bank, but I do want to point something out here, and the thing that I want to point out is Jade Cargill looked brilliant in this match. She had a lot of criticism at Clash at the Castle, and to be honest, rightfully so, but she bounced back with a bang. She looked fantastic in this match. The match overall gets a subtle round of applause from me. Really fun. The Street Profits were then backstage to complain to Nick Aldis about something, potentially pitch something to Nick Aldis. I don't know, but what I do know is the Yes Boys, my boys, are back boys, and I am absolutely thrilled. Yes Boys the musical, give it to me please. I love this. I want to see it happen. It will make my day. It will make my year. Yes Boys, yes please, give them all the gold. WWE Championships, World Championships, the Tag Team Championships, the Speed Championships. I want to see all the championships on them, boys. Yes, boys. Please, boys. They're back, boys. I'd love to give this the money, but I'm only going to be able to give it a thumbs up, unfortunately, if I'm not being biased. But they're back. And I'm going to have to put my hands back together to give a subtle round of applause once again, because LA Knight qualified for Money in the Bank in a match against Logan Paul and Santos Escobar. This was a really fun triple threat match, and I guess LA Knight versus Logan Paul is going to have to wait until SummerSlam. And I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right? LA Knight has now pinned Logan Paul. He, in theory, has a championship opportunity. He'll go to Money in the Bank. I imagine Logan Paul is going to screw him at Money in the Bank, and then SummerSlam, Logan Paul, LA Knight, US Championship, and I think we've got a new US champion when that happens. LA Knight will be the next US champion. Mark my words. There were also some basketball stars involved in this match, and I'm going to be honest, neither of them were called Caitlin Clark, so I had no idea who either of them were, but they did get a big reaction, so it clearly worked, so that does get a thumbs up. Naomi then qualified for Money in the Bank when she defeated Blair Davenport and Indy Hartwell. And this triple threat match, well, it wasn't as good as the others on the night. It was decent, it wasn't bad, but yeah, it did its job. Jade Cargill took out Indy Hartwell. Looks like we're getting Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus The Way, well, who are formerly known as The Way, now just known as Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. I'm excited for that next week. It should be a fun one. We then had a good backstage promo with DIY trying to say to Austin Theory, hey, Grayson Waller, he's going to turn on you as soon as you lose the tag team championships. Grayson Waller attacked them, was like, no, you guys think you know me, you don't know me. It was good, it gets a thumbs up, but the real interesting point here is next week is when the tag team championship match is going to happen in the exact same arena that DIY won the NXT tag team championships. I mean, the writing's on the wall, isn't it, for Theory and Waller? Then time for the main event segment, the crowning of Solo Sikoa, the Solo Sikoa acknowledgement ceremony. Solo Sikoa earlier in the night told Paul Heyman, hey, Jacob Fatu won't be there. Well, guess what? Solo Sikoa is a big fat liar because Jacob Fatu was there. He came out basically straight away in the acknowledgement ceremony and then things got underway. Firstly, Tama Tonga acknowledges Solo Sikoa. Secondly, Tonga Loa acknowledges Solo Sikoa. And then Jacob Fatu, the new enforcer, acknowledges Solo Sikoa. And then all was left was for Paul Heyman to acknowledge Solo Sikoa as the new tribal chief. And Paul Heyman, he could not do it. He could not betray Roman Reigns like that. And oh well, that did not sit well with Solo Sikoa. They took out Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman took a beating like I've never seen before. And listen, at this point we are giving Paul Heyman his flowers every week, right? I can't call him underrated anymore. I just can't. But I am going to spotlight his acting once again here because this might have been the best acting from Paul Heyman ever. It was phenomenal. The work that Paul Heyman puts into this storyline is just unbelievable. The amount of brilliant, absolutely brilliant acting he does is off the charts. But not only that, last night he put his body on the line. He took a Samoan spike. He went through a table. I mean, this guy's dedication for his craft is just simply amazing. It truly, truly is. Paul Heyman might just be the most important piece in this Bloodline storyline. I've been saying it for a while now. That's nothing new. That's not an important line, but it's just true. It just simply is the truth. My theory for weeks has been that Roman Reigns won't even acknowledge the Bloodline stuff when he returns. Instead, he'll focus on Seth Rollins on Raw, and Paul Heyman will be, trying to tell Roman Reigns something, but he won't be there to do so. But now I'm not sure, because at the end of the day, Roman Reigns' wise man Paul Heyman has been taken out brutally. Can he just ignore that? On one hand, maybe he can, and ultimately Paul Heyman won't be there now on Raw to tell Roman Reigns what's going on if Roman Reigns does just show up to take out Seth Rollins, and maybe that's why now Paul Heyman is being written off TV. But on the other hand, like I just said, can he really just ignore his wise man being taken out? Are we really going to pretend that Roman Reigns hasn't been watching the product? I mean, maybe that is the route they'll go down. Maybe the plan is Reigns Rollins at SummerSlam, and I was convinced it was, but after this, I just don't know. But what I do know is I think Roman Reigns is going to be back in the next couple of weeks on the road to SummerSlam. I mean, when Roman Reigns lost the championship, I think we all thought that, the Bloodline story had reached its peak. It was, downhill from here. They'll make Solo Sikoa the tribal chief, and they'll be, whatever, right? But this Bloodline storyline is better than ever. It truly, truly is. I'm more interested in it now than I was when Roman Reigns had the championships. Solo Sikoa has proven himself as a main event star. I don't care what anybody says. Solo Sikoa is now that level. He is now on the level of a main event star. His promo ability, his acting, in the ring, he's improved so much, and now he has the aura. The aura you can't just describe, but it just happens. Solo Sikoa has it. It took Roman Reigns years to get it, but Solo just, a year on the main roster, and he's now got it. It is insane, and I just cannot wait to see where this Bloodline storyline goes next. Overall, this was just another fun week of Friday Night SmackDown. It gets a subtle round of applause from me. Not quite as good as last week, but the finish to the episode was just simply phenomenal. It was easy to watch. It went by fast. And I mean, that's all you can really ask for a 2-hour show. Everything made sense. Everything advanced storylines. Multiple storylines overlapped into each other. It was easy to digest. It was easy to understand. This is what makes a wrestling show brilliant, and SmackDown and Raw right now are just nailing it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you did. I'll be back on Monday to talk about Forbidden Door. Check out Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast tonight, 8 p.m. UK, 3 p.m. Eastern, and 12 p.m. Pacific, live on the Wrestling Republic YouTube channel. We'll see you guys then. Peace!